There are a handful of Shocker volleyball players that were a part of this thing way back when, and a couple of them I still believe could help us today. We're talking about an elite competitor. We're talking about elite reading skills. We're talking about elite hand-eye coordination. Some of you have heard me say this before about other players. Karen was as elite a player at her position as anybody that we've ever had at Wichita State. There's no doubt that the 2005 class at Wichita State gets a lot of credit for putting Wichita State volleyball on the map. And I've even offered that up several times, I'm not going to lie. But if that's true, there's no doubt in my mind that 2004 certainly showed them how to do it. And in 2004, unlike 2005, we have not one, but now two Shocker Hall of Famers in Sarah Eunice and now Karen Augspurger, so super proud of that. All right, Karen, that's about all I got. I hope you're ready for this. Everybody, here comes the first Libero of the year in Missouri Valley history, Karen Augspurger.
So many people to thank, and although I'm the one standing up here talking to you all tonight, I didn't do it alone. It's hard to believe that this volleyball mecca that we have now was once at the bottom of the valley. It's what was learned from the first day I walked onto the court for the two-a-days in Levitt Arena with no air conditioning to the final game up in Nebraska. I think about Chris and Shannon having this vision bigger than anyone could ever think of was actually possible and making it a reality. What they were able to do in 4 years and what they had and what they did it with is nothing more than a miracle. It says volumes for them as coaches, and this journey is what I take away from it all. I'm reminded of it every time I walk into Koch Arena for a volleyball game today. This past fall for WSU to be hosting a first and second round NCAA tournament and to see over 10,000 people at a volleyball game was one of the most proudest moments I have ever had. To be a part of this school and this program is something to be proud of, but to help build it and continue to watch it succeed year after year is beyond gratifying. I celebrated the highs, I learned from the lows, and most importantly, I had my fair share of fun along the way. Thank you again to WSU, to the committee, Chris and Shannon, all of my family, everyone that came out here to support me today, and go Shocks. Thank you, guys.
This is a wonderful moment for Brian. He was a great young man in our program. I just want to let everybody know, because some of you think I died about 4 or 5 years ago, I know. But I just want you to know that we loved Wichita State. We loved the program. We loved the university. We loved everything about Wichita and made it our home for 40 years. He came in, was a starter, instant starter from the day that he came aboard. He played most all of his games as a freshman in center field. Was a great player for us, did a great job at second base, made All-American as a second baseman, and was a darn good one. And he went out and he played for 16 years in the minor leagues. This is a young man that deserves all of your joy and excitement for his presentation tonight. And I give you Brian Burgamy.
Never expected this to happen, obviously. This kind of came out of the blue. I received a phone call from AD, and it was a big shock, very, very big shock to me. And I'm still reeling from it. It was a couple months ago, and I'm still, going through the emotions of it. I have never been a part of a team and a family as much as I was when I was here than any time I played. The memories I've had here, they will never be forgotten, and the players I played with, the good times we had means the world to me. I will always be proud to be a Shocker. Thank you very much.
I'm honored to introduce Natasha Fife as a member of the 2018 class being inducted into the Shocker Sports Hall of Fame. Tash was a pioneer in the truest sense of the word. She went places that no one had entered before. Those of us who were part of WSU women's athletics, and I put that in quotes on purpose, in the early 70s had no role models, no structure, no funding, and potentially no coaches. Those that stepped up to fill the need for coaches, like Natasha Fife, helped kickstart the future of women's athletics. On a virtually volunteer basis, they provided the leadership that allowed those of us who just wanted to play the games with the opportunity to do just that. All of the female athletes who competed at Wichita State since then owe her a debt of gratitude for her pioneering attitude, her willingness to work outside her comfort zone, for her willingness to serve in undefined roles, and forge new ground for female athletes. Please help me welcome Natasha Fife as a member of the Shocker Sports Hall of Fame.
Along with myself, there were two other ladies that ventured into this path with me, Yvonne Slingerland, who was a physical education teacher, and Sue Bear, who was also a physical education teacher. Without them, I wouldn't have done it. Talking about the pre-Title IX, some of the things that Marcia said were all true. What was the goal for women's athletics? My goal was, as long as we have the athletes, we're going to teach them. We're going to coach them because they deserve it and they wanted it. And I wanted to provide a solid foundation so that there would be something that the next athletic director, whoever it was going to be able to build on it. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming. This has been a really special honor for me. I appreciate it. I'm going to cherish it. It's going to have a special place on my wall. Thank you very much. Go Shockers.
What about Dustin Garza as a person? Dustin was friends with everyone. He had an infectious smile. It made you wonder if he was planning something or he'd already done it. As a coach, you get caught up in so much, in the competition, the winning, the teaching, the improving, the graduating, you forget to enjoy your players. It's ironic, now that Dustin's been gone 7 or 8 years, that I remember about Dustin the person as much as I did Dustin the player. In closing, if Dustin gets up here to say a few words and you see that mischievous smile, start to wonder, how much are you going to believe? Thank you.
I first would like to start with a word, dream, a word that it's been by me since I was a kid. Dream to me means unrealistic or self-deluding fantasy. For some, their dreams may never come true, but for me, my dream did. It's an honor for me to stand up here amongst family, friends, WSU athletic administration, and alumni. To the coach we all call legend, Coach Jones, thank you for taking a chance on a kid from South Texas. You taught me the ins and outs of the game and the freedom to perform on the biggest stage. I mean, we have many stories with our 4 years here playing with Coach Jones, and I can tell you that memories are unforgettable, and the time I spent here was awesome. But it was by far the best 4 years of my life, and I want to thank each and every one of you and all the staff at WSU for all the time that you take to make sure that our lives are good here while we're here away from home. To the committee, thank you so much. It's an unbelievable honor. Thank you, everyone, and God bless.
Hooper's investment into people. She is all in on you as her coach, all in on the teammates. Hooper, obviously you were the assist record leader. You were part of the most wins that we had ever had up until recently. And unlike other setters that we had, Mary Elizabeth had to learn how to win different. Each of our other setters, we sort of had a team out there, and that team for a couple of years kind of won a certain way. In Hooper's career, from year to year to year to year, it seemed like we had to sort of retool and find new ways to win. She, again, all in and gave everything that she had to the program in some of the tougher times from a team standpoint. Okay, that's what I got. I know your speech is going to be great. Welcome, Mary Elizabeth Hooper.
Well, I was grateful to all the coaches who were interested in me. Lambeau was the one coach who convinced me that I could make an immediate impact on the court. Athletes are very strange about their jersey numbers, and my number was 5. So after confirming that I could wear number 5 after the amazing and famous Sarah Lundgren, I called Lambeau on his 40th birthday and committed to be a Shocker. I will always remember my official visit. Because Lambeau showed me the Shocker Hall of Fame and specifically pointed out Kevin Hooper. I will never forget you telling me that one day there may be another Hooper in here. And here we are. Shocker volleyball was very good to me, not because we won every single match, but because it challenged me to always push toward excellence. While there was nothing sweeter than the thrill of victory, there was nothing worse than the agony of defeat. Looking back, I realized that God used every win and every loss to grow me for Him, and for that I am thankful. It was an amazing 4 years, and I'll always be thankful that you came after me and put me on the court. Thank you for believing in me as an 18-year-old kid. Nobody can ever take away our 29-0 first season when we cracked the top 10 together, and that will always be a highlight of my career. You coached me in a way that forced me to dig deep, adjust, and play with passion, and if I could do it all again, I would be back in a heartbeat, and I'm still waiting for that call. Go Shocks.
It's my privilege tonight to introduce one of the finest tennis players to ever represent Wichita State University. I'm speaking about Paul Smith. I think rarely in a coach's career are they blessed by the gods of their specific sport with the privilege to work with a student athlete who is world class in his character, in his sport-specific capabilities, and who actually has a desire and willingness to be and contribute to some cause that's a little bit bigger than themselves. And Paul Smith is one of those uniquely special individuals. Paul was remarkable. He was exceptionally talented, and he was extraordinarily gifted as a tennis player. And anybody who ever had the pleasure of playing him would tell you that. Tonight, we honor you as one of the greatest Shocker tennis players of all time. Please join me in congratulating Paul Smith on his induction into the Athletic Hall of Fame.
I have so many people to thank for the journey. And as I said, it's a lifetime sport, so I'm so lucky to still be playing. But I want to thank all of you for recognizing my success and my, I have great memories of Shocker Town, especially driving when I come back. I haven't been back here much in the last 35 years, but when I come in, I start reminiscing, and then your memories come back, and it's like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. So I am proud to be a Shocker. Once again, I want to thank all of you guys for being here, and congrats to the fellow inductees. It's an honor to be standing here, and go Shocks tomorrow night.